Hello? Can you hear me now? And we are hopefully live, was what I was just saying, for Mike on the Mic Live's second ever episode. So again, bear with me, everyone. I need some thumbs ups in the chat to let me know that you can even hear me and see me right now. Let's check out this take that didn't age so well. With all that being said, I've already basically told you guys that I'm rocking with the Bills tonight, and my score prediction is 38-17. Killed it, right? Crushed that prediction, and the Patriots took care of business. We're about to go to a different slide where I can actually see the chat. Let me know if you guys can see me and hear me. Let me know if you guys can see me and hear me. Just want to double check. I see Christian here, and I see AppLUL here saying that they are ready to go for this stream. I just want to be sure that I'm even live in the first place. It says that I'm live. But do I trust technology? No, I do not. Anyways, what was your guys' thoughts on the Patriots defeating the Buffalo Bills last night 14-10? The win was absolutely insane in that game, obviously. Causing a lot of problems for the Bills and the Patriots, especially on special teams, trying to punt the ball, trying to get the field position battle out of the way. But we really saw the Bills struggle to move the ball consistently down the field with their offense. I haven't seen anything in the chat yet, so please let me know if I'm actually live right now. I can check on my phone, I guess. Let's see. I'm going to check myself, since you guys aren't helping me out at all in the chat. It says I'm live. That's good. I'm my own here. Yeah, I see myself. Test. I'm going to check myself. Oh, yeah. We're doing good. Anyways, like I said, the Patriots defeat the Buffalo Bills, putting them in first place in the AFC East and first place in the AFC as a whole. And that is just painful to see for us football fans that just endured 20 years of Bill Belichick and this Patriots team's dominance. And it's looking like it's not going to slow down anytime soon. I need to adjust my tune. As you guys saw in that previous take, I had the Buffalo Bills absolutely destroying the New England Patriots this weekend. I didn't feel like Mac Jones was going to have a good game. I didn't feel like this Patriots offense was going to have a good game with how much youth they have to determine, or they have to put the win or loss on the back of week in and week out. And it just felt like this game specifically was going to be a little bit too big for those guys, and I had them actually winning in the second game. So I trusted them a little bit more the second time around. But they came out, and they absolutely dominated on the ground. They said, hey, a wind game? Who gives a crap? We are built to run the ball. We are built to play aggressive, strong defense. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened in this game, and I was completely wrong. So Patriots Nations, Pats Nation, who've been coming at me, calling me a bozo and everything in between, I'm sorry. I gave my opinion what I think was going to happen, and it didn't happen. And now, the path to the Patriots winning the AFC East is very clear, and I think that they should be favorites to win the AFC East because the Bills' next chance at them, the Bills' next shot at them is going to be in Foxborough. It's going to be in their city. It's going to be in their town. All I got to say to that is good fucking luck. Good fucking luck, Buffalo. You just squandered your one opportunity on both of those goal line drives. I did not agree with trying to kick that field goal, and then you put yourself in a bad spot with the sack on the second attempt to try and get into the end zone to win that game. Josh Allen showed a lot of fight in that game. We saw him throwing into the wind and putting balls on the money, putting balls in the spot, putting everything into those passes, but it just wasn't enough. And Bill Belichick and the Patriots pulled away and won that thing. And they won that thing pretty handily. And they're used to winning. Speaking of teams that won this weekend that aren't used to winning, the Detroit Lions also won their game this weekend against the Minnesota Vikings. And man, oh man, has the internet been absolutely exploding because of it. Now, I feel bad for Vikings fans, first of all, because Vikings fans have stuck with their team for so long and had their team be just above average for so long, just for every season to give them a little bit of hope and then squander it down the stretch. And we saw it last year. We're seeing it this year. I thought the Vikings were going to get together and make a run at the wild card. Now we're looking like we may see the Washington football team and the Dallas Cowboys make the playoffs. We may see two NFC East teams in the playoffs. We're definitely going to see two AFC East teams. We might see two NFC East teams make the playoffs now because the Vikings couldn't get together and beat the damn Detroit Lions. The Patriots are used to winning. The Detroit Lions are not used to winning, and that was very apparent in the locker room. dancing, they're celebrating. They're acting like they just won the Super Bowl.
I want to give this game ball to Coach.
Couldn't do without Coach Dan Campbell. Spraying water around. All right, I want you to look at this scene. Look at exactly what you are seeing right now from the Lions and how they are celebrating this one regular season win. And now look at how the Patriots celebrate a regular season win. I want to clarify that there's a huge difference between the two. Hugs, handshakes, a little bit of yelling, a little bit of happiness. They expected to win, though. They walked into that game expecting to win. Andrews is pumped up. A simple speech. Everyone gets around the coach, gives a simple speech, and they get out of there. Let's go back to the Lions. Let's go back to them. Congrats to the Detroit Lions, though. Don't want to knock them too much. They deserve to celebrate because it's a long time coming. And like Coach Dan Campbell said in this speech, it is very hard to win in the NFL, and every single week you could drop it. Every single week you could drop the ball and lose. And the Lions have dropped the ball and lost 10 times out of the 12 games they've played in, and now they've tied once and have also added a huge Week 13 victory. Let's move on to a division I'm a little bit more familiar with, and I'm tired of sulking and losing this Patriots take. I invest a lot verbally into teams, and I invested a lot verbally into the Buffalo Bills this entire week and came out on the wrong side of it. So I'm tired of talking about it. Let's move something a little bit more positive. So through the lag, through the technical difficulties, hopefully it wasn't too bad. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Let me know if there's any quality issues right now in the chat because we're working through them. This is my second ever live episode, second ever mic on the mic live. You see we got a Christmas theme going. We're going to do that for the rest of December every week on Tuesdays at 2:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But I need constructive criticism because I can't see what's going on while I'm here. So please help me out in the chat. I'll try and slow down and stop being so rapid fire on you guys because I plan on being here for at least an hour to an hour and a half. So, and also go ahead and feel free to put anything you want in the chat. It's going to display on the screen. I see RC Productions, diehard Patriots fan, is here. Let's go. He was ripping me about my prediction last night as I was being salty about it. And then A-Fix is here as well. What's up, man? He said if Bass makes the first field goal, the Bills probably win 16-14. Yeah, they shouldn't have been kicking field goals in that win. And RC saying he feels bad about Bill. He's feeling a little run down today. Hopefully he doesn't have COVID. Keenan Allen just caught COVID, so we're about to talk about the Chargers Chiefs right now. And congrats to Campbell. Congrats to Campbell. That is true. It is very clear that everyone loves him and they want to win for him. It's very, very, very clear, very, very apparent in these teams right now. All right, let's get into this AFC West race. Excuse me. But basically, the gist of it is that the AFC West has now gotten very, very, very tight. And the Chiefs and the Chargers are both in a race to the finish here that may end in a little bit of a photo finish. We'll see for sure how it ends up. But I got both schedules pulled up. I got the Kansas City Chiefs schedule pulled up here. And in the background, I have the Chargers schedule pulled up. We're going to predict the rest of their schedule and see which one of these teams I think is going to win this division in the long run. I just lost the Chiefs schedule. What happened? Let's see if I can pull it back up. 1 second. It's not pulling up. I know how to fix it, but I need to go in here real quick. Sorry, guys. Here it is. Technical difficulties. Gotta love it. It was a pun? I thought he actually was sick. Now you're just messing with me. Oh, man. There we go. Here we go. I got it pulled up now. This is why I need a behind-the-scenes guy, right? Why did it say Los Angeles Chargers? It's not on the Los Angeles Chargers. It's on the Chiefs. All right, we'll just get rid of that one and bring a new one up. Excuse me for the technical difficulties. Stick with me. This is, like I said, the second episode. I'm doing this on my own. So trying my best. Trying my best. There we go. Now I got it. I think we're good to go. All right. As I was saying, we have an extremely close race between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Los Angeles Chargers in the race for the AFC West. The Chargers obviously beat the Chiefs earlier on in the season, but dropped a few games they shouldn't have to Denver and to Minnesota to allow the Chiefs to climb back into this with a win streak of their own. The Chiefs are currently on a win streak that sent them through the Giants. I think they lost. They beat the Packers with Jordan Love. And then the Chiefs went to Vegas. So they beat the Giants. Then they beat the Packers with Jordan Love. Then they beat the Raiders, beat the Cowboys. And this last week, they beat the Broncos. And that has put them all the way back up to the division leaders at 8-4, with the Chargers chasing behind them now at 7-5. And the Chargers had this division led by 2 games at one point this year, and the tiebreaker over the Chiefs. As you guys remember, the Chargers beat the Chiefs earlier on in the season. But like I said, I'm going to go through the Chiefs record first, see what I think their overall record is going to be. Then we'll hop in and predict the Chargers record and see which team I got winning this division. First off, the Chiefs play the Raiders this weekend in Kansas City. I think this should be an easy win for the Chiefs. They're a better team. They're a much more hot team right now, and this would kind of put a dagger in the Raiders, right? The Raiders are fighting for their life here. The Chiefs absolutely destroyed them earlier on in the season. You got to give this game to the Chiefs. Now, the Chiefs on a 6-game win streak head to SoFi to play the LA Chargers. And hopefully by now the Chargers are back to full health. They're down Joey Bosa. They're down Keenan Allen right now. So if that was the case going into the Chiefs game on a Thursday night game as well, I don't see the Chargers faring too well against them. But at full strength, the Chargers kick the crap out of the Chiefs in Arrowhead. Remember, this one's in LA. The Chiefs got to come across the country and come and visit the Chargers in SoFi. Give me my Chargers. Maybe I'm a little overconfident. Fair. Maybe I'm a little biased. Also fair. But give me my Chargers, as long as the Chargers don't come out and drop an absolute stinker of a game like they did against Baltimore, like they did against Minnesota, and like they did against Denver. We just saw them go into Cincy and just dominate the Cincinnati Bengals. I don't understand the Chargers, but the Chargers play way better when they're not expected to win. They're good underdogs. They're not going to be expected to win this game if the Chiefs are on a 6-game win streak. So give me the Chargers. But I think the Chiefs beat the Steelers. The Steelers are going downhill, man. We already see in the news that Big Ben might be his last season. So at this stretch of the year, it's going to be kind of like those Twilight games. Like, oh, enjoy Big Ben while you got him. I know what that's like. I went through a Philip Rivers situation like that where we kind of knew that it was the last year. I think the Chiefs beat Cincinnati too. I do think Cincinnati is going to get the 7th seed or the 6th seed in the playoffs. And they're going to beat all the teams that they should beat. But I still think they're 1 year away from beating the elite teams in the AFC right now, like the Kansas City Chiefs. And we just saw how they fared against the Los Angeles Chargers, who kind of have a high-powered offense like the Chiefs do. I'm going to take the Chiefs to beat the Denver Broncos in Denver. The Broncos could show up to this game, but the first time they played, the Chiefs absolutely destroyed them, just as expected, honestly. And the Broncos have been trying to compete all year. We saw they beat the Chargers. They've beaten teams that we didn't expect them to beat. They've also lost to teams that we didn't expect them to lose to. It's kind of a roller coaster ride for the Broncos, and it all just depends on which Teddy Bridgewater shows up to the game that weekend. I'm going to take the Chiefs with some confidence. And this 19th week here is just projecting what the playoffs will be, and it would be against the Bengals in the first round, so we don't need to predict that. But the overall record for the Chiefs I have is 12-5, but I do have them losing to the Chargers twice. So keep that in mind. If it comes down to a tiebreaker, the Chargers are going to own that tiebreaker against the Chiefs. So let's move on to the Chargers and see how I got them finishing out the season. Remember, Chiefs finishing 12-5. Here's the rest of the Chargers record They did just beat the Bengals, so that was wrong. The Chargers are currently 7-5 right now. Heading into a game with the New York Giants in SoFi. I'll be there. It's going to be a ton of fun. Thank you for the tickets for a Christmas gift to my wife's friend Kayla. I appreciate that. I know you're not tuned in. You probably never see this video, so I don't know why I'm thanking you, but that's why I'm going to this game and another game that I'm going to. The Chargers better beat whoever the quarterback of the Giants is going to be, because Mike Glennon now is hurt as well. So I think it's going to be Jake Fromm. I'm not sure. The Chargers are down Joey Bosa. They're down Keenan Allen. I don't give a crap. If number 10 is playing in this game against the Giants, against Jake Fromm, no matter what fucking number they put him in, the Chargers better come out on top. And if they lose this game and I'm there to see it, I might start throwing stuff on the field. Okay, don't throw stuff on the field. That was a joke. I'm not going to throw anything on the field. And I already told you guys I got the Chargers beating the Chiefs, which improves them to 9-5. And this is what I was talking about late in the season for the Chargers and why I expect them to make the playoffs after that hot start for sure. I kind of locked this in after like week 5 that we we're going to make the playoffs because I knew we're playing New York. I know we're playing the Texans. I know we're playing the Broncos, Raiders down the stretch here at the end of this season. I think the Chargers beat the Texans. Pretty easily to improve to 10-5. I think the Chargers beat the Broncos at home. The Broncos and the Chargers split every single year. Remember, the Chargers lost to the Broncos in the first matchup last year and then came out and beat them up the second game of the year. So just because the Broncos beat the Chargers in a game where Justin Herbert had a bad game, the whole offense really had a bad game, that does not mean that the Chargers will lose to the Broncos in the second matchup. I think in SoFi, give me the Bolts. And then week 18, you're 11-5. You got to win the division. And guess where you're going? You're going to the black hole to see the Las Vegas Raiders and Derek Carr and everyone else that's going to be on the field who knows who it's going to be at that point because the Raiders are falling apart a little bit. Give me my Chargers, which will put them at 12-5, and they would win the AFC West via the tiebreaker. And the way the playoffs are shaking out right now, it says that if we win the division, we will play the Kansas City Chiefs in the first round, which would just be awesome. Just be awesome to give them a chance to get their revenge. It all hinders on this game. This is why I think that this game is so important, because whoever wins this game in Week 15 on Thursday Night Football, it's going to be a fun game between the Chiefs and the Chargers in SoFi Stadium here in Los Angeles, where the lights are going to be bright, shining on this game. It's going to come down to the Chiefs or the Chargers, Week 15. Whoever wins this game, I think, is going to win this division. If the Chargers win it, then they could lock themselves as long as they don't drop a game to Houston or somebody random down the stretch. And the Chargers could win this division with 12 wins. Now, if the Chiefs absolutely mess up and they lose another game, they drop another game I'm not expecting, then that changes things. But this game is the most important game in the AFC West this year in Week 15 between the Chargers and between the Chiefs. But it's looking like the Chargers are about to go on a win streak right now, man. I think they are. Started in Cincy. You got New York. You got Kansas City. That's really a real tough one there. They could drop a game to Denver or Vegas at any time. We all know that. But the Chargers should finish off the season strong and should finish at 11 or 12 wins. In my not-so-humble opinion, am I a little biased? I'm definitely a little biased. Let's see what the chat has to say here. If I can get it pulled up. It's in the background right now. All right, I see now. Bolt up from Tony. Yes, bolt up. Hey, what's up, gamer boy? How's it going, Christian? Good to see you in the chat. Felke, I think the Steelers can make a comeback. I doubt that, Felke. They're kind of going downhill right now. It was a good win against Baltimore, but that's not the way the wins are going to come every single week. You're not going to win 20-19 very often in the NFL right now. Baltimore's offense is really struggling. They've really relied on that defense to keep them in games, and the offense failed them late in the game there with that last play. That they should have gotten. Giants can make a lot of upsets. You think they make an upset with Jake Fromm? How many upsets do you think they have with Mike Glennon or Jake Fromm at quarterback, Phil K? I would love to know that. Project Dribble, we're going streaking. And Phil K said the Raiders fell apart like 10 times this season. Just the overall Raiders seasons always end up with a lot of hope and then a bunch of crashing. Similar to like what I was saying with the Vikings earlier in the stream. All right, I'm going to take a quick break. Check out this advertisement for the Warzone fantasy football wake-up call that we do every Sunday, and we'll be back to go and give our NFC Pro Bowl votes. I need you guys to help me out on who we're going to vote for to make the Pro Bowl this year on the other side.
A.J. Brown or what Brown?
Whoa. Wait 1 second. Down here in the corner. Hi, I'm Mike on the Mike Sports with the Warzone Sports Network YouTube channel. It's the first ever sports network for the fans, built entirely of fans. And what you're tuned into right now is a clip from the Fantasy Football Wake Up Call this weekend. During the Wake Up Call, we go live right before Sunday's action kicks off in the early morning, and we answer all of your starts and sit questions and try to get them all right. And some of them come through and they're really difficult, like this one, for example. A.J. Brown has been going off since he came back from injury for the Tennessee Titans, and Marquise Brown and Lamar Jackson have found a new mojo throughout the entire 2021 season so far. So let's see how the guys at the Warzone Sports Network YouTube channel handle this start or sit question.
I'm looking at first Kansas City.
I'm going A.J. Brown in this one. I think that there's a real opportunity for a lot of points in that game.
That's
I
true.
actually want to say I put a prize picks in with A.J. Brown last night. In the middle of the night, I was like, woke up and I was like, you know what, that'd be a good one, A.J. Brown. But yeah.
I go A.J. Brown. Julio Jones is still a little banged up. Even if he plays, he's a little hurt.
And here's the other thing that I think we need to factor in. Bateman coming back is going to steal a couple of targets in a relatively low passing offense. Brown was getting 9 targets or 8.5 targets a game. Bateman comes back, that goes down a little bit.
And the player who scored more fantasy points was A.J. Brown. If you guys want to win all of your fantasy matchups, or at least get these starts and sits that are kind of tough and tricky every single weekend, right? Come on over to the Warzone Sports Network YouTube channel, subscribe, turn on notifications so that way you can attend every single fantasy football wake-up call at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time every weekend before kickoff of the NFL action. Also, there's much more content on the channel, so feel free to explore while you're over there. Could you guys hear anything I just said? All right, we're going to vote for the NFC Pro Bowlers. Last week we did the AFC, so I voted 3 for each position from the AFC. This week we're going to go 3 from each position from the NFC. If you guys want to go check out who I voted for in the AFC, just go to last week's stream, go to the Pro Bowl part of the stream, and re-watch it back. The chat's not on the stream. I see that you're muted comment. I think I'm not muted anymore. The chat is not on the screen, but I can still see what you guys are saying. So please help me out in making some of these tough decisions as far as the Pro Bowl voting goes. Last week I told you guys I had the Ravens going to the Super Bowl. So we didn't vote for any Ravens because that'd be a waste of a vote for a team I think is going to go to the Super Bowl. I don't know if I still believe in that. And if I had to redo the AFC, I might vote for some Ravens players at this point. But this week we're doing the NFC, and out of the NFC, I think that the Green Bay Packers are going to the Super Bowl. I see that your muted's coming in. I think that it's a little bit of a delay because I did unmute my mic, just double checking. Give me a thumbs up that I am not still muted, but I'm going to continue as if I'm not. Okay, just let me know. Really appreciate it. All right. Anyways, back to the voting. I do think that the Green Bay Packers are going to the Super Bowl out of the NFC, and I am very, very, very confident in that take. So I'm not going to take any Green Bay Packers in these voting. It's going to be all players, non-Green Bay Packers, 3 for each position to vote for to go to the Pro Bowl. So let's start off with the QB position. Some of our options here, Tom Brady obviously has to get selected. Tom Brady probably won't play in the Pro Bowl. I don't think he'll play in another Pro Bowl. Maybe if he knows it's his last one, maybe he will. But I don't think he plays in it this year unless this is his last one, which would be breaking news, pretty crazy. But we got to give him a vote. He's absolutely insane. And Matthew Stafford as well has had a pretty good year. He's 30 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. I didn't realize that his touchdown count was almost up there with Tom Brady's. You see, Herbert's is up there with those guys as well. So we have one more vote left. And the options are Kirk Cousins, Dak Prescott, Matt Ryan, I think that's about it. I think Tyler Heineke and Matt Ryan actually shouldn't even be included in this. The options are Kirk Cousins, Dak Prescott. Who you guys think we should vote for? Kirk Cousins is quietly putting up a lot of numbers with a low turnover number. I think I'm going to go Kirk. I'm thinking about going Kirk. The Vikings are pretty bad, though. Dak's putting up more wins on the board. But like people have been saying, how many of those wins have been to a light schedule? Kirk's got more yards, more touchdowns, less turnovers, a higher QBR. Captain Kirk is going to the Pro Bowl, and I am a huge Dak Prescott fan. But you got to have the numbers to go to the Pro Bowl. Dak did miss a game, though. I didn't even bring that up. We're going to rock with Kirk. Let me know what you guys think in the chat. Felk saying Dak. Trips or Falls is saying Dak. All right, you guys swung me. We'll go Dak. Had you thinking I was going to go Kirk instead of Dak, though, for a second, right? All right, moving on to running back. Let's see what we got. Remember, I'm not going to be I don't think Aaron Jones deserves a spot anyways, but here are the running backs for the NFC. Gibby, 800 yards, 5 touchdowns. You know, Gibby missed some time. He's still way up there in the yards department. I think you got to get Gibson in there. Ezekiel Elliott, I really think Tony Pollard's been outshining Ezekiel Elliott, to be honest. Dalvin Cook's another guy that's hurt. He's probably not going to have the numbers to do it. There's not that many NFC running backs that are up for this right now. Let's see. What do you guys think? Darrell Henderson? Maybe Darrell Henderson? Look at Tony Pollard's on this sheet to be able to vote for him, and he's Zeke's backup. Insane. I think you got to send James Conner. James Conner has been insane with the touchdowns this year, and I'm not sure if his receiving yards are included in this, but I know he has some more receiving yards as well to bring him closer probably to these numbers up here. I'm putting in James Conner. So we got Antonio Gibson and we got James Conner. I got one more vote. And I think it's between Zeke. I don't think Cook's going to play very much more this year with how banged up he is. So I'm not going to put him. Maybe Leonard Fournette, but I don't think I'm going to go Leonard Fournette. What do you guys think? Maybe Swift. He's hurt too. There's not very many consistent running backs in the NFC is what I'm realizing here. It's definitely not Saquon. We're gone too far already. What do you guys think? Help me out in the chat. I'm thinking maybe Elijah Mitchell just because I want to put in someone that hasn't really been to the Pro Bowl before. It doesn't have much shine. Zeke does have 8 touchdowns. I think it's got to be Zeke as of right now. I just don't know how much more Zeke's going to be able to take. I think he's going to be out for some time here towards the end of the season. And that would be a waste of a vote. I don't want to waste any votes. I see Young Wing is saying Lenny in the chat. Maybe I should go with Leonard Fournette. 7 touchdowns. He's got some receiving numbers too, I'm sure. All right, we'll go with Leonard Fournette. Leonard Fournette it is. Leonard, Connor, Gibson. I think that's my group right there, Tony. I think that's my group. If you're watching the replay of this, I'm looking into the chat when I'm talking to people. Wide receivers aren't loading. Fullbacks load. Why can't the wide receivers load? I'm trying to refresh the page. Refreshing the page did not help at all, so I guess we're not going to be able to vote for wide receivers. I'll come back to it. Here's the fullbacks. I mean, let's just vote for the top ones because I don't know how to tell fullbacks and which ones need to go to the Pro Bowl. Tight ends, also not loading. Everything's going wrong. Everything's going wrong. Well, it'll let us vote for tackles, so we'll put in Armstead. Beacham's got to go. Not Darisaw. Maybe Broom, whoever this is. I don't even know who that is. Really good tackles in the NFC. I know Mulata's been good for the Eagles. Should we put Decker in just to get a line in there? We need to get some lines in the Pro Bowl, so we'll put Decker in. That's my logic here. We need to get some more lines in the Pro Bowl. Kappa's really good at guard. Brunskill's really good at guard. And let me put my boy Matt Filer in there. He's been amazing at guard this year. Thank you, Filer, for your contributions to the Los Angeles Chargers. He's not the NFC, though. And I think I already voted Filer in. Tony Pollard. Yeah, because it's only the NFC, FLK. I've said this already, I feel like, a bunch of times. But I could be wrong. Maybe I didn't say it. We'll put Marpet in. Hopefully the tight end and wide receivers are loading as I'm doing this. Centers for the NFC. Should put Kelsey in. Old man Kelsey. Has the Vikings line been this good? There's a lot of guys at the top of this for the Vikings line. I don't feel like they've been that good. All right, let's go back to receiver, see if it works. Oh my goodness. How you going to do this to me, NFL.com? How you going to do this to me? I checked and made sure everything was good before the stream started. And then now it's not. So let's see if I can pull it back up. Start from the top. It's probably not going to save my selection. Oh, it did. Thank you. It's not going to let us look at receivers or tight ends. Great. We will not be clipping this segment out, I guess. We'll go to the defense, see what we can find here. I don't know if Nick Bosa, does Nick Bosa's 12 sacks get him into the Pro Bowl? Maybe it does. Brian Burns here. Got to put Brian Burns in. Cup, Debo, Adams. Yeah, that's probably what I'm thinking. I'm not going to put Adams in because he's on the Packers. That's the team I think is going to the Super Bowl. But Cup, Debo, who else from the NFC has been amazing so far this year? Maybe a Mike Evans. He's still putting up numbers for them. You know, Chris Godwin just got hurt. Justin Jefferson would probably be a high one. I'll probably put Justin Jefferson in, honestly. Cup, Debo, and Jefferson. I think that's the three right there. We don't have to talk about it. Now give me some suggestions for tight end, which we're not going to be able to go to either. Thanks to NFL.com. Really hurting us. A lot of pain there. I see RTKACE. Where's the graphic at? The graphic is going to be in the Pickems, which is the final segment of this live coming up here after this. Cup, Debo, Jefferson. So we agree. We agree. The NFC doesn't have any pass rushers either. Who do we send for the last pass rusher? Trying to look for someone with like a high tackle number or something that's just sliding under the radar. But I'm not seeing anybody. I think it's going to have to be Davenport with the 5 sacks. The 1 forced fumble. No competition there at edge. The AFC's loaded up. D-tackle. Tony, I hope you're watching. Aaron Donald's going. For sure. Send Leonard Williams. And Ndamukong Suh. There's your 3 right there. Let's go inside linebacker. Kittle, Pitts, Schultz. I like that. I like that group. Linebackers for the NFC. Bobby Wagner. Devin White. Let's see who else is there. And I want to send Micah Parsons. That's my 3 for the NFC linebackers. Outside linebackers for the NFC. Robert Quinn is up here. That's crazy that this dude's still balling. Oh, Reddick's got to go. Is Reddick on a contract year or did he just sign with them? Chandler Jones. Let's talk about Chandler Jones. He had a crazy start to the year with a 5-sack game. And now Chandler Jones only has 8.5 sacks. Did he get hurt or something? Damn, that's painful. I'm going to send Shaq Barrett. And I'm thinking Robert Quinn just because I think it's awesome that he's even got this many sacks at this point in his career. Aziz Ujulari, my man, putting in work. It's quietly, too, in New York. People don't even really see it. I think it's going to be Quinn. I didn't know he had 11 sacks this year. It's a pretty crazy revelation. TJ Watt is in the AFC, Felke. All right, let's go to cornerback. We'll put in... let's see. We'll just skip over to... maybe Anthony Brown should go. Jalen Ramsey, definitely. Got to send him to the Pro Bowl. Maybe James Bradbury. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, Darius Slay. He's had a couple pick sixes. One more DB. One more cornerback to send. Who should we go with? Oh, this is a tough decision. I don't know. Maybe we could go with the Lions player. Remember earlier in the stream I said I wanted to put some Lions players in just to get some Lions players in on this? This is a tough decision. Maybe Byron Murphy? Should we put Byron Murphy in from the Cardinals? 4 interceptions. I mean, that's a high interception count. Like I said, Anthony Brown, he had that one bad game. He did have that one bad game. Or James Bradbury. Not sure. This is a tough choice. I'm going to keep looking here. Stefan Gilmore? How could you not put Stefan Gilmore in the Pro Bowl? I'm starting to lean Stefan Gilmore. Let's look a little bit more just to be safe. Bashad Breeland. 1 interception. Is that enough to get you into the Pro Bowl? I don't know. Kyle Fuller. Nate Hobbs. Trade him to the NFC so I can vote for him already. I don't know who to put. What, Felke? Oh, you can't tell people to stop trolling in the chat. All right? You can't tell people to stop trolling. You are the troll. It's got to be Diggs. Diggs has to go to the Pro Bowl this year with all the interceptions that he's had. It's got to be Diggs. Sorry for messing with you. I literally was going to keep doing that until you had a reaction, Felke. I was going to keep doing it, keep looking for people to send. Look at the best safety in the league. Derwin James is up there. Look at him go. Just passed 100 total tackles. Just want to say that. But anyways, he's in the AFC. We did vote for him, of course. NFC strong safeties. We could pick 3. Does Jamal Adams get in? I know he has some sacks that aren't going to be on here, so we'll put Jamal Adams in. Cam Curls had a great season. Fuller stepped up for the Rams when they lost John Johnson. Curse has been a big part in changing that Cowboys defense around to at least be somewhat close to average. Harrison Smith's obviously been a constant in this league forever. Let's see what else we got here. I think I'm going to send Budda Baker. And I'm going to send Jerome Poyer. I like that 3. Adams, Baker, Poyer. Let me know what you guys would change in the chat below. All right, here we go. Free safeties. Byard, McKinney, Diggs, Simmons. These guys are all AFC. McKinney is someone that you guys were demanding that I send to the Pro Bowl when I did the AFC safeties, so we're going to send McKinney. Diggs has been surprisingly good. Let's see if there's someone else I would rather have than him. Not putting Adrian Amos because we already said we're not putting any Packers in. Taylor Raspin's quietly really good this year. We're lagging a little. Hopefully it's not lagging on your guys' end. Gibson. I think that's a pretty safe group right here. McKinney, Diggs, and it would be Amos if I could vote for Amos, but I think I'm going to go with Bobby McCain. Former Dolphin, now Washington football team player. Let's go special teams and wrap this up real quick. Special teams kickers. Oh, he is AFC. You see, I'm having brain farts. Thanks for bringing that up, Young Wing. This is because of Felke. It isn't because of anyone else. I'll take that off. Bobby McCain. He's in strong safeties. Not Poyer. It's gotta be Fuller then. Or we'll send Harrison Smith. Harrison Smith's earned the benefit of the doubt, even though he's not been too loud this year like he has in previous years. think it's more the Vikings struggling than him struggling. And this is really lagging out, so I need to get through this. NFC North, NFC East. I don't know about that one. The NFC North just got a victory. Their winless team just got a victory. Here we go. Kickers for the NFC. Graham Gano. Do we send Jake Elliott? I think you got to send the guys that had the highest percentage. So 25 of 29, we'll take that. 24 of 28. 23 of 24. Send Matt Gay to the damn Pro Bowl. Go Los Angeles Rams, the real LA team. The number 1 LA team. Could send Zane Gonzalez from the Panthers. No, not Matt Prater. Younghoe Koo's had a really high percentage, but he hasn't had the opportunities because of his own team not being able to move the ball down the field. I think we got to go with Zane Gonzalez. Jake Elliott also has a really good percentage, and he has more. We'll go Jake Elliott. Go Jake Elliott. Long snappers. Yeah, good thing that one won't load. We won't even bother with that one. The sun is really getting in my eyes here. I'm about to go fix it in a minute. Punters. How do they... Oh, Michael Dixon. Best punter in the league. Got to send him. Let's see what else we got. Could send Barry. Oh, Dixon's really good. I'm going to send him too. And let's go with... Let's go with Gillikin. Saints won some games they shouldn't have won because of field positioning. Return specialists. DJ Dallas is a return specialist. We'll send Harris. We don't need to do 3 for return specialists. We'll just do 1. ST is just special teams, like just general special teams. What would qualify you to just go as a special teamer? A bunch of tackles on special teams? We're going to look for someone who has a really cool picture or name. Or if they play for the Cowboys, right, FLK? We'll put the Cowboys players in. All right, that's all of them. We didn't get to vote for receiver or tight end, but I told you I'll go with Debo, Kupp, and Jefferson. Submit. And we got it. Let's move on to the Pickems. But first, I need to go and fix this sunlight thing, so enjoy this intro.
I gave you fair warning, beware.
Smack him in the corner of the end zone. It is caught for the touchdown. Smack him in the mouth.
I gave you fair warning, beware.
I'll smack him in the mouth.
AJ Brown.
Whoa, wait 1 second. Down here in the corner. Hi, I'm Mike on the Mike Sports with the Warzone Sports Network YouTube channel. It's the first ever sports network for the fans, built entirely of fans. And what you're tuned into right now is a clip from the Fantasy Football Wake Up Call this weekend. During the Wake Up Call, we go live right before Sunday's action kicks off in the early morning, and we answer all of your starts and sit questions and try to get them all right. And some of them come through and they're really difficult, like this one, for example. AJ Brown has been going off since he came back from injury for the Tennessee Titans, and Marquise Brown and Lamar Jackson have found a new mojo throughout the entire 2021 season so far. So let's see how the guys at the Warzone Sports Network YouTube channel handle this start or sit question.
I'm looking at first Kansas City.
I'm going AJ Brown in this one. I think that there's a real opportunity for a lot of points in that game.
That's
I actually
true.
want to say I put a prize picks in with AJ Brown last night. In the middle of the night, I was like, woke up and I was like, you know what, that'd be a good one, AJ Brown. But yeah,
Yep, I go AJ Brown. Julio Jones is still a little banged up. Even if he plays, he's a little hurt.
And here's the other thing that I think we need to factor in. Bateman coming in to steal a couple of targets.
And we're here for the NFL Pick'ems. And here's the graphic if anyone wants to screenshot it. I'm going to go through every single game and give my pick, give my quick score prediction and analysis for each game and how I think it's going to go. And not to brag, but we went 10-4 last week. After multiple weeks going below 500, we go 10-4 this week. I told you guys that this jinx is dead. I told you guys that this jinx never existed. It was just bad luck. There's no such thing as a Mike's pick change jinx. It was all fake. No problems. This last week we were 7-0 at one point, and then the Minnesota Vikings decided to lose a game to the Detroit Lions, and we lost a couple more in the afternoon after that. But this is the turning point in the season where I start to get all of my picks right. And this week, I'm locking it in again. I'm going undefeated this week. I know I locked it in last week and it didn't really happen. We came close. We took a huge step forward. This is the week that we go 14-0. So everyone, get your popcorn ready. About to give you the winner of every single game this week. Obviously, we have 4 bye-week teams. The Patriots, Colts, Dolphins, and Eagles are all on a bye week this week. And I think this is the last week with bye weeks. And then we're going to see games the rest of the way. I think we're going to see some Saturday games coming up here pretty soon as well. Again, if you guys want to take the graphic, this is where you get it. You just screenshot it. You fit the graphic by editing it and cropping it in your photos or whatever phone you use, whatever editor you use on your phone to edit photos. And it'll fit perfectly as a green screen behind you in your TikTok video. So please do that. And if you guys do take that, please subscribe to the channel first. It is completely free to take the graphic, and I'm not making you subscribe to the channel, but I appreciate the time. I put a lot of work into all this stuff. So I appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and like this video, of course. Everyone that's here, real quick, like this video. It takes a half second to do it. But anyways, here's Week 14's Pick'em. Starting off Thursday Night Football, the Pittsburgh Steelers are traveling to Minnesota to see the Minnesota Vikings. And the Steelers just came off of a really good win, and the Vikings are coming off of a really bad loss. So we don't know which team we're going to get from either team. We don't know if we're going to get the Steelers that beat the Ravens or the Steelers that lost to the Chargers pretty ugly the 2 weeks beforehand. We don't know if we're going to get the Vikings that beat the Packers or if we're going to get the Vikings that just lost to the Detroit Lions, who were winless until they played the Vikings this last weekend. I am going to side with the home team in this situation. I think the Vikings come out pissed off. They should win this game. I think they have more talent on offense, even with Dalvin Cook out, than the Steelers do on offense. It just comes down to, can the Steelers defense absolutely shut down the Vikings offense? I think it stays low scoring, but I think the Vikings do just enough to win the game. And I'm going to take the Vikings to win it 24-17. There's the first pick. And we're going to move on to the Baltimore Ravens going to Cleveland. Another big matchup between these two teams because both teams are trying to fight for playoff seeding. The Browns are trying to fight to even make the damn playoffs. This one is in Cleveland, however, and the Browns are coming off of a bye week. The Ravens are coming off of a tough loss to the Pittsburgh Steelers. A couple weeks ago in prime time, this matchup was real ugly between the Browns and the Ravens. I think they get it together. I think both teams bring their best to the table. They put all the chips in, and the Ravens barely win it. 31-30 is my score prediction in favor of Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. Then we got the Jacksonville Jaguars heading to Tennessee to play the Tennessee Titans. And the Titans also coming off a bye, hopefully getting a little bit more healthy. This should be a no-problem game for the Titans, but we've seen them drop random games in the past. I actually dropped the Titans outside the top 10 in my rankings after that Texans loss because when injured, this team is not very good. Let's just be honest. This team is not a playoff team when all their guys are out due to injury. They don't have the depth to continue to have success through all of these injuries. They were down Derrick Henry, down A.J. Brown, down Julio Jones, and the offense really couldn't do anything. But I think they're getting A.J. Brown back. I think they might be getting Julio Jones back in the next couple of weeks, and this team's going to be on track again as we get closer to the playoffs. Give me the Titans to win it pretty comfortably. I'm going to take a 28-7 victory for Tennessee over the Jacksonville Jaguars, who just got worked by the Los Angeles Rams. Then we got the Las Vegas Raiders heading to Kansas City to play the Kansas City Chiefs. These two teams also played each other just a couple weeks ago, and the Raiders got absolutely destroyed. And I think the Raiders get absolutely destroyed again. And my score prediction is going to be insane. Are you ready? I don't know if you're ready. 52-20 Chiefs. 52-20. That's what I'm taking. Raider Nation. Where are you at? You better tell your boys to show up to this game in Kansas City. If you got wrecked at home by the Chiefs, you're going to get double wrecked in Arrowhead by the Chiefs. The next game, we got the New Orleans Saints heading to New York to play the New York Jets. Two kind of bad teams. The Saints is more due to injury than anything. These two teams are probably looking forward to the draft already at this point in the season. Maybe the Saints feel like they can still get a wild card spot, but it's not looking very likely. I do think that if Alvin Kamara is playing in this game, the Jets have a hard time slowing him down, even though he's going to be the only player with any kind of talent playing. We know Taysom Hill is hurt. He's not going to play, so we're going to see Trevor Siemian again. This game is a real toss-up, and to go 14-0, this is one of the harder ones to call, but I'm going to rock with the home team in a low-scoring game. I'm going to take the Jets to win 24-21. We got Dallas heading to Washington to play the Washington football team in an away game that could be tough on the Cowboys. Washington's red hot right now. They're coming off of a couple victories in a row, and Dallas is coming off of a little bit of a struggle stretch there where they've been struggling to get consistently winning games. They did beat the Saints on Thursday Night Football, but that loss to the Raiders was super ugly. I want to go 14-0. As much as I love the Cowboys, I think Washington's going to win this game. And I think Washington is going to pull off this victory. A little bit of an upset pick here because I honestly didn't think Washington was going to make a playoff run or run at the playoffs like a week ago. But now that they've beaten the Raiders and now that they've beaten the Buccaneers, they've shown to me that they're ready to win games late in the season. Antonio Gibson looks healthy. I think that the Washington football team wins this game 28-17. So not even really a close game. I got Washington winning somewhat comfortably. Then we got the Atlanta Falcons going to Carolina to play the Carolina Panthers. The Carolina Panthers or the Falcons want any chance at a wild card spot. Both of them have to win this game. There's a lot of games this week that are between teams that don't really have a shot at making the playoffs, but they feel like they do probably from the inside looking out. But from the outside looking in, reality should be setting in for these two teams, Carolina and Atlanta. With that being said, I think Cam Newton has another good game in this one, and I'm going to take the Panthers to win it 31-14. A little bit of a blowout there. The Falcons' offense has just been absolutely awful. Panthers' defense is pretty solid, so give me the Panthers in that one. Then we head to Houston, where the Seattle Seahawks just got a big win over the San Francisco 49ers. Head to Houston to play the Texans. The Seattle Seahawks just beat the 49ers, so they shouldn't have much issues with the Texans. Give me the Seahawks to win it 38-17. Another blowout win there. And then Detroit going to Denver to play the Denver Broncos, who have been up and down all season long. Is this going to be Detroit's second win? No, I do not think so. Give me the Broncos to win it 27-10. Broncos win it comfortably. New York Giants with no quarterback are traveling to SoFi probably as we speak. They're probably actually, as we speak, scrambling to try and find a quarterback. I heard Jake Fromm right now is the next guy up after Mike Glennon, who got hurt. To play a Chargers team who's also pretty banged up. Probably going to be playing without Joey Bosa, who suffered a concussion in this last game, and probably going to be playing without Keenan Allen, who actually, I think, tested positive for COVID. So unless it was a false positive or unless he can test negative a bunch of times for this game, no Keenan Allen in this one either. Hopefully Keenan Allen's resting up and getting healthy for the KC game in a week and a half. With all that being said, if number 10 is on the field, if this man is on the field, the Chargers are going to come out of this game with a victory in dominant fashion, and I'll be there to see it in person. Give me the Chargers to win 31-10. Chargers, 21-point victory. Give it to me. I need to see a blowout win. All the games I gone to. I went to the Browns game. Absolute nail-biter. We won the game. Absolute nail-biter. I went to the Raiders game. A little bit of a blowout, but that was expected. It's the fucking Raiders. I mean, come on. Went to the Vikings game, and it was a nail-biter again, and we come out on the losing side of the nail-bite. Give me one where I can just sit there and enjoy the whole thing comfortably without any stress. this could be that one. It's a 1 o'clock game. Take care of business against the New York Giants with their third, fourth-string quarterback at home. Next up, we have the San Francisco 49ers going to Cincy to see the Cincinnati Bengals, and this is a game that both teams really need right now. More so the 49ers and the Bengals, because the 49ers are in a lot more risk of missing the playoffs than the Bengals are. But if the Bengals drop this game also, they're going to be in that little bubble wildcard picture that we're seeing the AFC mess turn into. And that's the bubble wildcard picture. It's starting to turn into a little bit of a mess here towards the end of the season. So is the NFC, but we're going to see like a bad team make the playoffs in the NFC. In the AFC, you're going to see like 3 or 4 good teams miss the playoffs because of how much a mess the bubble wildcard picture is. With that being said, give me the Cincinnati Bengals to win this one. I think it's going to be a close game. But I want to take the Bengals to win it 27-24 in a battle between these two teams that both need to win this game. Next up, we got Buffalo going to Tampa to play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And man, I put all of my verbal investment into the Buffalo Bills in the entire week leading up to this Patriots game, and they dropped the ball. So I'm going against you this week, Buffalo. I'm not going to put more investments into Josh Allen and into this team for you to go out and disappoint me again against one of the best teams in football, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers right now. With that being said, I do think this could be a little bit of a shootout. How the hell this isn't the Sunday Night Football game is beyond me. How they haven't flexed this game. They should have flexed this game the second that they made the schedule. They should have never even made a schedule that had Chicago versus Green Bay instead of Buffalo versus Tampa in the Sunday Night Football window. I don't understand that one bit. Not even an ounce. But with all that being said, give me the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win 38-27 over the Buffalo Bills in Tampa. I think we can feel good about this one, Tampa. I think we can. Chicago going to Green Bay to play the Green Bay Packers. Do the Chicago Bears stand a chance in this game at all? No, I do not think so. I got the Packers as the best team in the league right now. I think they dominate this game and win it 28-10 on primetime when it should not be on primetime by any means. But the game that should be on primetime is probably the game of the week. The LA Rams, their backs against the wall. They're on a little bit of a losing streak. They won last week, but I think in the last 4 weeks they're 1-3 or something like that. Going to Arizona to play the red-hot Arizona Cardinals, who have been great with Kyler Murray, been great without Kyler Murray, and great with Kyler Murray again. So good luck to the Los Angeles Rams winning this game, but I think that this is going to be upset of the week. I think the Rams put it all together, and they barely beat the Arizona Cardinals here in their second matchup of the season. And when I say barely, I mean barely. Give me the Rams 28-27 in an absolute thriller on Monday Night Football. There it is. 14-0 predictions. Book it. It's going to happen. Like I said, Patriots, Colts, Dolphins, Eagles on a bye week. If you guys want this graphic, just screenshot it and crop it to fit your screen, to fit your green screen on TikTok. We're going to get out of here soon. I'm just going to switch to the intro, outro. Basically told you guys that I'm rocking with the Bills tonight, and my score prediction is 38-17. Glad we got to relive that. Before we end this stream. We're approaching an hour. My goal is between an hour and 2 hours for these streams once a week, every Tuesday at 2:30 Pacific Standard Time, reviewing what we saw in the NFL the week before and previewing the week coming up. I appreciate you guys for tuning into this stream. Thanks for coming. And hopefully I'll see you next week. I'm trying to get a guest on next week. We'll see how it goes. I'm really still trying to test out the functionalities and the technicalities of trying to get these streams up and running as smooth as I possibly can. So I'll watch this one back and make some more improvements. Hopefully it was better than last week. And I'll do a better job promoting it next week as well. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'm Mike, and I'm on the mic. And this is me saying,